This is one that triggers people so much. You're not an addict, you're just aimlessly going through life. If your life was good enough, you wouldn't feel the need to escape reality. I know people who go out drinking, they just need to be around people all the time. It's a major weakness. I struggled with making friends, meeting women. Recently, I've decided to talk to 3 new people a day. It has changed my life. Leaving your hometown will enhance your chances of quitting alcohol. I'd say about by 80%. Here are some brutally honest truths I have learned from being almost 5 years sober. So I have quit alcohol, cocaine, and other drugs. Now today I've come to this secret beach to share my brutally honest truths with you about what you're going to experience on your journey of sobriety. Please make sure you stay to the end, because some of the points are going to be more relative as you get further on in your journey, and they're going to stop you from relapsing. When I first quit alcohol, I failed after 10 weeks. The reason I failed is because I didn't have the proper structure and foundations in plan to be able to keep me sober for long enough. Stopping drinking and stopping drugs is completely different to deciding you're actually going to quit this and have a new lifestyle. If you think about it, if we take a break for 30 days for Sober October or whatever it is, we can't wait to get back to drinking. But when we decide we are no longer an alcohol drinker or a drug user, that is when we start to shift our reality, start to shift our mindset and build a new life. Simply deciding you're going to quit for 30 days, 90 days or 3 months isn't long enough. You need to decide that you are no longer an alcohol drinker. That is when you will change your reality and you will start to build new habits, new routines, meet new friends and get new hobbies, and that is when reality will change. When I first quit alcohol, I didn't want to be labelled an alcoholic or drug addict. I used to hate people come up to me and say, "So why have you stopped drinking, Ben? Did you used to be an alcoholic?" What I've come to realise is I don't actually believe there is such thing as an alcoholic. When we say we're an alcoholic or a drug addict, we're basically giving ourselves an excuse to be labelled with something which is make-believe, which is incurable. I never had a problem with drinking. I never woke up in the mornings and thought I need to have an alcoholic drink or I need to have a line of cocaine. The reason I quit is because all the compounded effects over years and years of drinking and taking drugs led to a misery of a life that I had where I didn't have the things in life I wanted, I didn't have the freedom I wanted. These compounded over time. One day I just woke up and I decided if I keep drinking and taking drugs, I am never going to be able to achieve the goals I want in life. Little tip for you, don't label yourself something which is incurable, like an alcoholic, which is an incurable disease. It's not true. It's a societal label. You can just decide in an instant that you want to stop. If you take something from this video, make sure you take this. It is, you need to learn to socialize sober. Recently, I have been traveling in Asia on my own, not drinking alcohol. I'm in my mid-30s. I have had to go out of my comfort zone. I've had to go and approach guys, women, ask them for dates, ask guys to hang out. I've done all this sober. I've cold approached people, I've gone up to pretty girls on the beach, I've asked them for interviews about alcohol, I've asked girls for their numbers, girls that don't really speak English. You have to be able to put yourself out of your comfort zone and just basically just go out there, see someone you want in life and ask them for it. If you don't ask that person to be your friend, that girl to go on a date with you, the answer will always be no. Once you learn how to socialize sober, I know, we've only made friends or found women from going out drinking. It's hard to believe, but when you can learn to be able to speak to people without alcohol, without drugs, without being in a pub, without being in a club, that is when your life will start to change. You can use this skill in the morning, afternoon, nighttime, it doesn't matter, because you will always be sober and you will always be able to socialize sober. Next up, you are going to lose friends. Now, I've been almost 5 years sober, and yes, I have lost friends, but it doesn't happen this way. It's not as if you decide to quit alcohol and drugs and all of a sudden all your friends hate you. That's not what happens. This is what happens. You don't have much in common with them, and they'll stop inviting you to the pub because they know you don't drink, they know you don't take drugs, and yeah, quite simply, you just stop having things in common. You're gonna have a few weekends on your own. But what this does do, it provides space in your life to be able to think about what you really want. And when we have space in our life, we create room for something new to come in. And I promise you, if you could just get over the initial weekends of being in on your own, then eventually you will be fine. And a speedboat has just rocked up. Just gonna have to show the speedboat mid-video on a private beach as well. And it's like James Bond style, isn't it? But we'll get back into the video. Now, the next thing I will say is, don't look at quitting alcohol as a punishment. You're not losing anything, it's all you're gonna do is gain. A little bit of a backstory for me. Over the last 5 years, I have saved enough money to be able to create enough space to learn new skills, to be able to quit my job and now go travel the world. I wake up every single morning, I get to make videos for you guys, I get to coach guys, I get to do what I love, be on private beaches. If I was drinking and taking drugs, this would never have been possible. My brain wouldn't have been able to think. I would have spent all my money, and yeah, I just wouldn't have had the creativity. You're only gonna gain when you quit alcohol, so please don't see it as a loss. 99% of the things you enjoy with alcohol, you will not enjoy with a bottle of water in your hand. When you stop drinking, you're gonna think to yourself, how am I gonna be able to go to the pub and enjoy what I used to do with my friends? The simple answer is, at the start, you'll keep going to the pub. You'll keep doing these things, but eventually they'll become not fun. And you'll think, why am I in the pub at 10 o'clock on a Friday night when I could go to bed early, wake up early, have the whole day to be able to do and create what I want to do. So the things that you think that you're going to miss now, as you get further into your journey, you'll realize when you're sober, you didn't like them anyway. When you gain sober clarity, you might realize that you don't like your girlfriend or boyfriend and you don't like your job. This happened to me, very painful realization. I realized I didn't like the relationship I was in. I first met my girlfriend when we were out drinking. As soon as we stopped drinking, we had nothing in common. Likewise, with my job, I wondered why I was going out every single weekend, drinking, smoking, taking drugs. It's because I was in that environment, working as an electrician on a building site with people who did similar. As soon as I stopped drinking, I realized that I could be and do more in life. Eventually, I realized I hated my job. I saved up enough money, I built a business, and I left. You are gonna change when you quit drinking alcohol. Next up, your environment has a huge impact on your sobriety. The people, the places that you surround yourself with and spend your time in are gonna have a huge impact on whether you stay alcohol or drug free. In the beginning, I used to go out to pubs and clubs and I used to try and live the life that I used to have. There was a couple of times I was tempted to drink again. I think I've even told you before, after 10 weeks, I was in a pub, I ended up with a beer in my hand, stayed up till 6 o'clock that night or morning doing cocaine. The best advice I can give you is when you decide to stop drinking, just don't go to these places. Don't let temptation through the door. Start to build your new identity. Find new hobbies, find new friends, find a new identity. Quitting alcohol is a choice. Just like you picked up that beer or you picked up that note and you did a line of cocaine, alcohol and drugs is a choice. You decided to do it, you can decide to stop. You are not trapped, you are not an alcoholic, you are not a drug addict. Trust me, for 15 years, this was my identity. Drinking, smoking, taking drugs. When I was 30, One day I woke up. It wasn't something mad or bad that happened to me. I just decided there and then that I wanted to stop, and I stopped. You can change whenever you want. And there's this great quote that I like. You have no obligation to be the person that you were 5 minutes ago. This is one that triggers people so much, and I truly believe it's true because I'm speaking from my own experience. You're not an addict, you're just aimlessly going through life. If your life was good enough, you wouldn't feel the need to escape reality and do drink and drugs. I know people who have tried to quit, but they always go back because their life is not good enough. If your life was good and you were waking up every single day, building the life that you wanted to build, why would you want to run away from it? I'm telling you now, the only reason you were doing drink and drugs is because your life is shit and you don't want to rebuild a new one, because that is the hard part. Once you start to take accountability for your life and realize that you're not living the life which is authentic to you, and you start to build a new one, that is when you can make a change. Until you admit this to yourself, you're going to be stuck in that vicious cycle of drinking and taking drugs. Next up, leaving your hometown will enhance your chances of quitting alcohol. I'd say about by 80%. I left the United Kingdom after maybe 13 years of taking drink and drugs. I moved to Australia. I saw the way these people were living their lives, and that is when I woke up one day and I decided I'm going to live life on a beach. I'm going to live life sober. I'm going to start to create my dream life. If you stay in the same pub with the same friends, in your same job or your same hometown, it's going to be very hard to break free. When you say you want to quit, they're going to be pulling you back in. They're not going to accept you for who you want to be. They're going to accept you for who you've always been. You need to escape away. Maybe 1 year, 2 years, maybe forever. If you don't break free from your hometown, it's going to be very hard for you to change. Quitting alcohol won't solve all your problems, but it provides you with the tools to do so. I used to think, I've quit alcohol, my life should be amazing, but I couldn't be further from the truth. When you quit alcohol, you get clarity, you get control of your emotions, which allows you to free up time and mental capacity to be able to go after the life that you want. Quitting alcohol won't solve all your problems, but it will provide you with the tools to do so. Learn to talk to 3 new people every single day. Now, I struggled with making friends, meeting women. Only recently I've decided to talk to 3 new people a day, and it has changed my life. I've shown already on this channel that I've approached women, asked them about alcohol. I've made friends since I've been traveling, which I still hang around with now. You have to go out there, out of your comfort zone, approach people. Start small. Say something like, I like your t-shirt. Hey, how are you? Do you know where I can get good coffee from? Any conversation starter. Start small, work your way into a conversation. If you see that pretty girl, go and ask her for her number. If you don't ask, the answer will always be no, and you will walk away with regret. I promise you, conversations equal conversions. Talk to 3 people every single day. Don't fear rejection, put your neck on the line, go out there. Get the life that you want. Now that you've quit alcohol, learn to spend time on your own. Spending time on your own is an absolute superpower. I can't stress enough, when you don't need anyone, it's mad what comes to you. When you need to be around people all the time. I know people who go out drinking and they just need to be around people all the time. They can't be on their own. It's a major weakness. You need to be able to be on your own, enjoy spending time by yourself, be happy with yourself, be happy and comfortable in your body. When you can start to be happy alone, things will start to change for you. I hope that you've enjoyed this video on this James Bond style island where nobody's around.